Well, hi there. How are you guys doing today? I got to tell you, just to get started, that a lot of neat things have returned to my life, and so I wanna share a few of those things as my life has opened up. Some of these things have returned, and one of the things is oh, by the way, there's Martha. Hope you can see her okay.
Do you want me to close the blinds a little?
Yeah, let's see here. I can take care of that maybe. Yeah, light was a little intense. Yeah, maybe get that one too. All right, is that better? You guys like that better? All right, so yeah, there's baby Martha. She's doing so well. Doesn't she look enthusiastic? She likes me okay. She likes me okay. She loves Leisha, but she's being really good for me right now. So I'm gonna keep her for as long as I can. But yeah, let me tell you a few things that have come into my life that are outstanding. One of them is mountain biking. I haven't really talked to you guys about this because I haven't had time to do it in years. I have loved mountain biking most of my life. It's actually where I've seen a lot of awesome snakes, like rattlesnakes and stuff. It just allows you to cover a lot of ground and see really cool nature and stuff at the same time. And so I love mountain biking. But about 5 years ago, somebody stole the front wheel off of my mountain bike while it was parked at my apartment complex. And it was a time, I was in graduate school. We did not have very much money. And I managed, I bought all the things. I found them as cheap as I could, like on Amazon. So I bought all the things. I put the whole thing together, and instantly the new tire was flat, even though it had sealant in the tube. And I just put all this time, I didn't have time for this, and I didn't have money for this, and it was just immediately flat. And so that is how it has been for the last several years. And in that time, I've taught both of my older children how to ride their bikes. I got both of them riding on two-wheelers before they turned
Without
3.
training wheels.
Yeah, without training wheels while they were still 2. They were both riding a two-wheeler bike, and they've been riding. And just this a couple weeks ago, I was out on a hike with my family, and I found a trail that would be just so excellent to bring the kids. And so I fixed up my bike finally. I took it to a bike shop, and because I'd had it with that. I actually used to, in graduate school, refurbish bikes and sell them to help us get by. You have no idea how poor graduate school is. But so I enjoy working on bikes, but I'm like, I just can't handle working on this bike anymore. And anyway, new tube, it's working great. I've been able to take the kids out. We just got Owen a little mountain bike, found it used, but a really good deal. And so I took Penny out actually last week, and I learned that coaster brakes are really scary on hills, because if you panic and take your feet off the pedals, you don't have any brakes at all. And if you want to hear my story of Penny's near-death experience on this, let me know, and I'll talk more about it. But I am mountain biking again, which fills me with great joy. Another thing that fills me with unspeakable joy.
Wait, which one are you doing?
I was going to do the net first.
Oh, because you have to tell the story of when we were dating.
I have a new net, and I have been herping. I've always herped a little bit each summer, but I just have not had very much time for this. And I've been going a couple of times a week. We just went out to Antelope Island. I went to one of my favorite places, which is called Red Cliffs. I went with my friend Kevin out to the West Desert, and I've been filming what we've found. So there will be a video in the future of my early herping experiences. You guys, if you were here last week, you know about my list. And I'm checking off a lot of things from that list already. So that is a great part of my summer. And I think you should tell this story for the last thing I want to show off.
Yes, and we have some exciting news.
Yes.
I'm excited about that.
Well, it's exciting and scary. Hopefully, mostly exciting. But yeah. Tell the story, Lehi.
So I remember when I was 18, I was I had been dating Clinty for a while. My parents didn't really like Clinty. And I was peeling potatoes with my mom at her house. And I was saying, Mom, are potatoes pretty cheap? And she was like, oh, yeah, potatoes are really cheap. I'm like, that's great. Because I was very poor. I'm like, when I move out, I'm just going to make potatoes every night for dinner. Mashed potatoes, French fries, funeral potatoes, hash browns. I'm so excited for my life of potatoes. And my mom said, I can't believe that you would want to eat potatoes every night and date Clint than just stay here with us. And when I was growing up, I also wasn't allowed to eat sugar cereal. We could only eat...
Except for Raisin Bran, which has a ridiculous amount of sugar in
it. Yeah, but we weren't allowed, like, any cereal with sugars. It was all just Bran Flakes and Cheerios and stuff like that. So the day that I moved out, Clint came to my apartment after work and surprised me. He had bought me a bag of potatoes and my favorite sugary cereal.
And that wonderful sugary cereal is made by Malto Meal, or it was, and it was called Blueberry Muffin Tops. Any of you guys ever had this? Because it's so good. It tastes like blueberry muffins in cereal form.
Did your wife grow up in Footloose?
Kind
of.
Yes.
The video Footloose was filmed near my house.
Yeah, it's actually very true. We go by the place where they film Footloose all the time. I never even realized. But tragically, what, maybe 4 years ago?
Or more.
Maybe more than 4 years ago, Blueberry Muffin Tops vanished.
Nowhere to be seen.
I have a secret policy, which is I never eat limited edition cereal. Never. Because the worst thing could happen, which is that I love it. It's magnificent. And once it goes away, my life will never be as good again. So I only eat cereals that are going to be created indefinitely. Well, when Blueberry Muffin Tops disappeared, my world crashed down.
Yeah, mine too. And every time I go to the store and look at cereals, I always look for Blueberry
Always.
Muffin Tops.
Always. I've looked for years. Last night, something magical happened. It's back! It is back! They've changed the name to Blueberry Muffin Toasters, I think to match their cinnamon toasters, which are Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and also probably to avoid any lawsuit problems with Seinfeld. But it's the same cereal. I had my first bowl this morning. Anyway, if I seem particularly excited and happy today, you will completely understand why. Blueberry Muffin Tops is back. I found it at Smith's, which is a Kroger grocery store like King Soopers. I don't know what it's called in other places. Magnificent. Also, while you're at Smith's, and this is not a paid advertisement, but while you're at Smith's, you should try out their Kroger brand Triple Brownie ice cream, which is unreasonably good. I think somebody asked me what my favorite ice cream was a while back, and I told them that was what it was. Anyway, enough about all this, but my heart is full of much joy for these reasons. So, let's do it.
So the announcement I was saying was you made a community tab post that at the live
Oh,
stream.
we will cover it. We will cover the big news.
So I'm very excited to get their feedback with this big news. It's exciting news. And have you put anything on Instagram this week, Clint?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so these guys are the first to.
Yep, they will be the first
to hear about it. All right. Well, should we get right into some super chats?
We should. Whoa. No. No.
Did
okay.
Kids press the button.
Yes. Okay. All is well. Woo! Super chat button is saved.
No. Do it one more time just to make our hearts feel happy.
Okay. That was close.
Let's see. Thomas Shellberg sent a super chat that just said hello.
Well, hi there. Thank you so much.
And Eric Neistol sent a $5 super chat. They say, I'm looking for an active diurnal colubrid for a display tank. Any recommendations? I'm not opposed to medium large species.
Okay, so there are a lot because colubrids are oftentimes diurnal and fairly active. So garter snakes are always, I mean, they're basically like having a lizard. Also, and I would not necessarily recommend this as a great pet in a lot of ways as a snake, but the racers, they are, and coach whips, snakes like that, they're very active, very, very active. They are more like keeping a lizard, and they tend to be pretty bitey. So they kind of have like none of the advantages of snakes, but they are a heck of a lot like a lizard. And so those are a couple of really good ones. But there are a lot of them that are great. Look for round pupils. That usually means it's a diurnal snake. And as far as being really active, Crebos and false water cobras. Crebos including like indigo snakes. If you have more money than you know what to do with, and you want a giant rad colubrid snake, that'd be a good one. And you don't mind a little bit of poo spraying, because that's one of the trade-offs. When you get an active colubrid, it probably poops a lot and eats a lot.
Awesome, good answer. I want to be like, that was really good because it was thought out and great, but then I just feel like I'm on Family Feud. Good answer, good answer.
You'd be great. She's in line for Steve Harvey's job, so if you think Lee should be good to be the new Steve Harvey
no,
on Family
I would
Feud,
be terrible at that.
Oh, you'd be so great. You'd be so great.
All right, the next question is from MMMT82. What are your opinions on steppy runners?
Step runners.
It's my favorite lizard that I've owned, but unfortunately, very people seem to know about them.
Yes. I'm actually strongly considering making a step runner video because I have finally found where I could get one. And my opinion of them is that they are amazing, but they have a fatal flaw. So for those of you who are not familiar with step runners they're a real small lizard that behaves a lot like a tegu. I mean, it's basically like a 6-inch tegu. And whereas whiptail lizards technically are 6-inch tegus, but they don't act at all like tegus, this is a lizard that is related to tegus but isn't one. But it acts just like a tegu. They're really low-key, awesome, spectacular pets, except for their fatal flaw, which is they have proven to be very difficult to breed in captivity. Originally, when they came out, people were reporting, oh, they're a piece of cake. And it's probably just because they were importing a ton of them, and some of them were coming in gravid and laying eggs. And so they had, for a while, a lot of what are called captive hatched babies, but not captive bred babies. And so for a while, it looked like, oh, these guys are going to be everywhere. This is the next leopard gecko, because honestly, they're probably better than a leopard gecko for a pet, except you can't breed them. Or at least we couldn't for a while. And I found some people reporting to have captive bred step runners. So I may get one in the near future. In fact, let me know if you think I should get one. And then I can give you a good, solid, for real review of step runners, because they're awesome, but not if we can't captive breed them, because importing them indefinitely is not sustainable.
Awesome. Some great questions coming in. I'm excited. Let's see. Eric Neistel again said, which milk snakes do you work with? Any faves?
I have Pueblan milk snakes, and then I have some experience with a lot of the others, like Nelson's. There's the really cool black milk snakes that they hatch out and they look basically like other milk snakes, but then as they age, they turn jet black like a Mexican black king snake. There are lots and lots of cool milk snakes. You know, the big downside to them is they tend to be a little bit bitey, as king snakes often are. But they're all rad. They're all rad. They're so beautiful. I love the tricolored snakes. I very nearly did my PhD research on tricolored snakes. And so, yeah, I love them.
Awesome. Kate Eric Neistel said, can we visit the reptile room?
Ooh, sort of.
Not yet.
Soon I will talk to you about this. Wait, I will tell you what you can do if you're local right now. What I am doing right now with the reptile room is I'm doing outdoor reptile presentations. This is the right time of year for that. I prefer outdoor anyway, because if the worst should happen and say Big Daddy or Gus poop all over, it's not your carpet. It's just grass. Lovely. But so I am doing outdoor reptile presentations. So if you want to schedule a presentation, that'd be wonderful, because we do have our concerns about keeping the reptile room afloat right now. we created a business that is all about coming and visiting and doing presentations in people's homes and activities, and all of a sudden all those things are shut down. It was about inviting people to come to our place. These sorts of things are shut down, and so it's scary, but we have something really exciting to announce later. So if you're not local, there still might be something that can work for us all.
And Clint, also, I want to say, if you're on Instagram or a patron, then you've seen what Clint's been working on at the Reptile.
That is very true.
Clint's been building enclosures. He's working specifically on Big Daddy's enclosure, and I mean, it's a little tricky with COVID, but I would love to set like a grand opening date, and it might be fun to do it on a Friday or something for the live stream where we do a grand opening and people that are local can come see. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that looks like with COVID right now, but I think that we should give ourselves a date to really work for.
I think that would be awesome.
So yeah, we're working hard. We're still working hard to get the Reptile room ready so that people can feel comfortable coming in and seeing. Clint's working hard building enclosures. We have lots of things in the works. So, and a big, major, huge, ginormous, exciting, awesome announcement that we're gonna announce here in just a few minutes.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Make sure he says what local is. Says Jason.
Local means close enough to drive there reasonably. Like if you. So we are in located in Springville, Utah. Is where the Reptile room is, and so if you're anywhere within an hour or so of there, I can come to you. Otherwise, we can find a location in between, park or something great like that, and that'd be awesome.
And then when the Reptile room is actually open, if you want to go on a road trip and come see us,
yes, please do.
We would love it.
Please do.
More super chats. How are you doing with the baby?
She's asleep.
Excellent. Oh, that's not a very cute angle.
No, I have bad angles, but she looks adorable from my angle. And you'll never see it.
Let's see. Mark Sheeran said he sent a super
Are you
chat.
Ed's brother? That is so rad.
I've had a 1-year-old Western hognose for a few months, and she tries eating everything, including my fingers and her water bowl, but she's being fed properly on pinky mice. Is she likely to grow out of this?
She's being fed properly on pinky mice?
Yes.
Not that she's refusing to eat pinky mice.
She's being fed properly.
Oh, okay. So she eats pinky mice and everything else.
Yes.
That's a fun problem to have.
And can we try something bigger than a pinky?
Well, yeah. I mean, it might be time to upgrade the size of the feeders. That is one thing that could be going on. But yeah, hopefully. I haven't had that particular problem with a hognose where they just want to eat everything in the world. But they're like baby birds. Part of it might be start picking it up with a little snake hook or something so that it knows it's being handled and not being fed. You might just be getting a feeding response because a lot of hognoses come to the front and they're just like baby birds. Right? Just, and if you then stick your fingers in there, you're going to get nailed just like that lady by her retic. If you don't know what I'm saying, Nerd did actually a really good response video to that one.
I'm pretty sure everyone's seen that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a thing. I can't remember what it was. Is there another question?
Just, is she likely to grow out of this?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I know. Majestic Serpents, really nice. $5 super chat. Time's been tight for a long time. A single dad / has full custody of a 3-year-old, 6-year-old, and a 13-year-old. You are my favorite reptile educator. You very much deserve it.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. You do not ever feel obligated to do that though. We totally understand that times are tough, and we are so grateful for the generosity of so many people here.
Yep.
You guys have been absolutely incredible. Thank you
so much. Elias Mendenhall said, what are some good alternatives to tin roofing for herping habitat as far as attracting snakes goes?
Tin roofing, I assume that's where you put out corrugated tin roof panels.
Yes. That's Clint's favorite thing.
Yeah.
Even if we're driving, he has to pull over and go and lift it.
Alternatives.
Yeah.
Well, alternatives for herping. This is alternatives for herping generally, or just because I've always said, if I had a bunch of land, there would be a big area just covered in corrugated aluminum. Leisha hates that, but it would have to be, and I would just go flip it every afternoon and see what happens to be under there. But as far as herping goes, I just bought some new stuff that is really fun for herping at night. I bought a flashlight that turns night into day, and I bought a black light, which is fun for finding scorpions. And so that's a really fun thing. On top of that, just going out and wandering around looking for lizards, so fun. You know, a lot of times they're out on top of rocks. Snakes will be out. So there are a lot of great ways to go herping.
Awesome. Eric Nystol, again, thank you. Oh, buddy, is it okay that I call you buddy?
Thank you, buddy old pal.
Came out.
Thank you, Eric.
He said, I'm at UVU. I will be a free intern for the room.
That's amazing, because that's actually something we want to do. You know, we right now, I'm going to do all the presentations, but you know, we want to bring people in to help with animal care, and little by little, I would like to train people. You know, people like yourself that have a true passion for this. I want to train them so that we can do more presentations than just what I can do, because my life sometimes is crazy. So yeah, we'd be really excited about that. Yeah. We have an email too to contact us.
ClintReptileRoom@gmail.com.
ClintReptileRoom@gmail.com. Please contact us, and we'd love to start talking. That'd be amazing.
Awesome. Thank you. Yucky Kid says.
Yucky Kid?
Yeah.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Hi. First time watching your live streams. I'm planning on getting an American toad for my first exotic pet. Any tips? Also, is Mod Podge toxic?
Mod Podge. I don't know about Mod Podge. I've never thought about using it in an enclosure, and I've never eaten any. But as far as an American toad, it can be really good. I would say just, you know, be careful with things like humidity so that it doesn't dry out. Water quality is always important with amphibians. But that's a great amphibian to start with.
Excellent. Catboy Romeo, which we discussed.
Yes, we did.
And I don't know if he ever said if.
Yeah, is your name Catboy Romeo? Entirely from PJ Masks? Good guy and bad guy? You're like the gray side force user?
How can I keep cohab reptiles from breeding? With
each other?
Probably. Abstinence.
Oh, I was thinking of different species cohabitation. I'm like, unless they're very closely related species, you're probably good. All female groups? But if you've got a male and a female and your conditions are right, they will breed. It doesn't mean you have to incubate eggs, but it is still hard on the female. So I would say, you know, if you're keeping males and females together, it very well may happen.
Some more super chats coming in. Super chat! Super chat! Again. Super chat! Now you.
Super chat!
All right, Spencer. Ooh, Spencer Pisiskiniski. Sorry, Spencer. Thank you for being such a great educator and introducing me to pink-tongued skinks. I've had mine for 2 months, and I'm in love with him.
I'm so excited that we could share them with you. Aren't they spectacular? I would love one myself. They are just, oh, what a great lizard. Yeah. I'm glad you were able to find them because of us.
Robin George. Will they stress out rep by being near the tank? Or should the tank be placed where cats can't get?
Okay. It depends on the cat. I actually...
Oh, here it is.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Have indoor cats and thinking of getting a reptile. Will they stress out by rep being near the tank? Or should the tank be a place where cats can't get? Okay.
So here's the thing about cats. Cats are professional killing machines. That's what they do all day long. They've done a lot of studies where they put GoPros on cats that are outdoors and watch what they do, and they just walk around and murder stuff. That's their whole day. They just murder things. They're great at it. And so if you have a situation where your cat can get to your reptiles, like actually in the enclosure with them in any way, it very well may kill your reptiles. So you definitely want to keep that apart. Also, if it's constantly badgering the reptiles through the glass, that could be stressful. And so you might want to keep them separate. But then there are a lot of cats too that'll just go up there and kind of look at them and be like, oh, okay, you are a reptile, and move on with its life. And so a lot's going to depend on the temperament of your cat. But definitely make sure that the cat can't actually get to the reptile, especially unsupervised.
Awesome. Jacob Barber is a barber. I'm looking at his picture.
Wait, Jacob Barber is a barber?
Well, his must name might not actually be Barbara.
I hope it is, though. Oh, please let that be so.
Looking at his picture, he has a really rad mustache going on too, so that's awesome.
That
He says, he sent a $10 super chat. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank
he
you
said,
so
much love to y'all, Brother Clint. I'm so upset that things went haywire at the worst possible time for your business. My barbershop certainly hit some road bumps these last few months.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we all get it, right? We're all going through it together, and it's hard to be selfish and be like, everybody help me, because we're all dealing with this. But it is a scary time, and I hope you're hanging in there so that you can continue to maintain that fantastic mustache.
Yes, and thank you for supporting.
Yeah, thank you so much. Nice. You're awesome.
Sherry LBW is the one that sent you the Gaboon Viper, and so she's going to say some stuff. But before I read it, I want to tell her that Clint was going to take the Gaboon Viper to the room, but he didn't.
I forgot it.
He forgot it, and it was just in a box here where we do the live stream, and it scared me probably like 6 times. And every time I would see it, I'd be like, and jump, and be like, oh yeah, it's just fake. But I was too scared to move it because it's so realistic.
When it was in the box, when I was opening the box, I opened the box and I looked in there and I'm like, ooh, pretty sure this isn't real.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take my time getting this out.
Yeah. After the 5th time of it scaring me, I'm like, why am I still letting this scare me? But it made me jump. I got startled every time. What? Oh.
I still had it in the box for protection, but it was on top of the peanuts. And I walked in here one time and it startled me. Because here's the thing. I'm not excited to see one of my snakes out in my house.
Yeah.
And it looked mad.
Yeah, teeth things out.
And so that has scared me. It scared me once here. And I will tell you, I've added it to our backdrop of our set where we film. And it startled me there too.
Okay. Anyways, thank you for sending that, Sherry. It really is an awesome thing. She said, just wanted you to know that your enthusiasm and love for these animals that reminded me of why I wanted them as a kid. You were honestly the reason I am looking for my first snake as an adult.
You are so awesome, and I am so excited. I love hearing that from so many people that like we've helped rekindle your passion for reptiles because they're amazing, and I feel like each one of you is going to spread it to a lot of people, and pretty soon reptiles aren't going to be seen as this weird thing that we should ban and get rid of and look down upon, but something that we all see as being amazing, wonderful creatures that we want to support in the wild, and and that we want to take care of, and that we don't want to harm anymore. It makes me so excited. So thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome, and thanks for your support and sending stinking rad gifts.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I gotta say, this last week I was on Facebook, and I bumped into, in one of the reptile groups that I'm a member of, I bumped into the artist showing off the very Gaboon Viper that you sent to us.
That's so cool.
And I was like, I know that snake. I have that snake.
That's so cool. Let's see. Nick Turner's into $10 super chat. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you, Nick.
Can you do a bit on Vietnamese mossy frogs?
I would like that very much. I have some friends that were keeping them recently, and it seems like they've been a little bit fragile. So I've been reluctant to want to borrow them and take them out of their enclosures and take them away for an evening, anything like that. But as they figure out exactly what they need a little bit better, I would love to do mossy frogs.
Awesome.
I would love to do it.
More awesome, amazing, incredible super chats coming in.
Super chat! Super chat!
You guys!
Thank you. Oh, these are exciting. Okay, here we go. RB12, RB12. Is that a Star Wars android or anything?
Seems like it could be. RB. Running back 12?
I don't know.
Could be Emmett Smith.
They say hello from Scotland, Clint. So, hello.
Hello!
Scotland. That's
I would love to go to Scotland. What's going on?
Oh, Jason's texting me saying that I skipped a super chat, but I
Oh.
didn't.
Okay, we're coming back to it.
That was part of the cat one, Jason. Let's see. Darren Graham says, hi, Clint. Loved your neon day gecko video. What do you think about keeping them in bioactive with dart frogs in a tall enclosure to get the right temp/humidity gradients? Loads of love from the UK. That's amazing. I love hearing where you guys are from.
It is so cool having friends all over the world. And like genuinely, I haven't gotten to travel all that much in my life because we've never had a lot of money and I've been so busy. But we did recently get to go to Australia and New Zealand, And in both of those places, we ran into people who love our channel. And that was so exciting. One of them was Coop's Reptiles, who we didn't schedule to run into him, but we did, and he was awesome. You should check out his YouTube channel if you want to see rad Australian
And we're
reptiles.
still working on making that Australian.
Yeah, it will happen. It will happen.
And
It's so
he's
fun, though, to
awesome.
have friends all over the world. What an exciting thing.
So,
There was more to that, though.
Yes. I Clint left your neon day.
Oh, yeah, collabing with dart frogs.
Yes.
The case with collabing anything, right, is you're opening yourself up to risks that aren't there normally. I do think dart frogs and neon day geckos make a lot of sense. That they'll eat very similar insects, which is great. They kind of occupy different microhabitats within the enclosure. The day geckos are going to be up on bamboo and stuff up high. The dart frogs are going to be on the ground. They're very unlikely to have too many problems. There is the potential for problems. You're still going to have mixing of gut flora at times because they're going to be pooping in the same place. Hopefully you got a good cleanup crew that'll take care of that in a hurry. Additionally, I think I worry about it more with the day geckos than the dart frogs. That the day geckos may bully the dart frogs because they can come down to the ground and harass the heck out of a dart frog and then scurry away. Whereas the dart frogs really can't chase the day geckos where the day geckos go. So those would be things to watch out for. I'm telling you there are increased risks, but it's a fairly likely situation to not lead to problems. So it could go. It could go very well, and it would be a really interesting setup, like tropical fish. It's just there are risks.
Thanks, Clint. Meezer 42, I just saw in the live chat that they said, I'm not sure, but I think you missed my first super chat, and I did.
Okay, let's do it. Sorry, thank you for pointing that out because we never wanted to miss them. No. We're so grateful.
Yes. So they sent a $10 super chat. Thank you so much for your support. And they say, hi, Clint. Love you guys from PA, Pennsylvania, right?
I think so.
Are there any snakes which do go with crusty temps? Trying to get my husband to let me get another snake, but he doesn't want to hire electric.
There are some cooler temperature snakes. One of them would be rubber boas. If you could find like a captive bred rubber boa that's feeding on rodents, that would be awesome. Some rubber boas only seem to want to eat lizards. That's kind of a deal breaker for me. For no real good reason. I just don't, the idea of feeding lizards to something bums me out to such a level that I'm not going to do it. There are probably more crusty temperature. I mean, blood pythons are good at slightly cooler temperatures. There are a lot of them that are good at slightly cooler temperatures, but you're going to want some sort of a heat source. The thing with snakes, though, is, usually some sort of under tank heater is the best way to go, and that's pretty non-intrusive. So, you just that and a thermostat, and you're great.
Awesome. Great ideas. Let's see. Harry Whedon sent a $15 super chat.
Wow.
Hi, Clint. I'm going to be starting a small black python breeding project with my daughter. Cute.
That is the best. That's what I'm going to do with my kids.
Do you have any suggestions for a small rack system for the adults, 1 male and 2 to 3 females?
There are lots of great companies that make small rack systems like that. It seems like we've got links to them in our ball python videos, some of them that I'd recommend. And but really, in any of them, there are a lot of like local people often that makes racks, and that's nice because then you don't have to ship them. It is nice to get one professionally made unless you have experience working with electricity, just so you don't increase your fire risk.
Larissa, this is amazing. They say just wanted to say hi. Lots of love from Brazil.
Brazil?
That's incredible.
Well, hi there. I wish I spoke more Portuguese. I for a while was reading some Portuguese while I was living in Peru, and I was starting to learn words like coisas and that replaced other words that I knew in Spanish. But my Spanish wasn't very good then. I'm like, I better not learn Portuguese right now, or I'll be all kinds of mixed up.
This is incredible. Mosh balls, and then I think it's Michelle and not Michael. It's M-I-C-H-E with 1 L-E. Fields. They sent a $50 super chat.
Are you kidding me?
$50 super chat, and they said, "Thank you all. Thank you for all you do. I love your videos." Thank you so much. That is so thoughtful and so kind. Sorry.
It is so thoughtful, and thank you so much. I got to tell you, like, this is kind of a scary time for us a little bit, and like we do not expect this from you guys at all.
No, we just love this community.
Yeah, I just love talking to you, but the generosity that you've shown to us is just humbling, and it fills me with confidence that we're going to be able to keep going with this crazy dream that we're living right now. So thank you so much. Thank you. We owe it all to you.
Thank you for your support. That's so kind. Alex BRB is sent us $10 super chat. Thank you, Alex. I love your videos. I find them so informative and funny. I find Clint funny too. On one of our very first dates, he made me laugh so hard that I peed my pants. I'm pretty sure that's when Clint knew he wanted to marry me.
That's how I knew she was a keeper. You don't just find that every day.
So we both think he's pretty funny.
Thank you so much.
Your videos made my dad fight his fear of snakes and allow me to get a ball python. So I owe you this one. Much love.
How?
That is so awesome, Alex. Thank you.
You guys are amazing. I'm happy for you too. That is a big deal.
Yeah. I wonder what videos you watched that made his dad.
Yeah, let us know. We have a video specifically about that subject, but I think maybe there are a lot of them that could help.
And
sorry if I rock. It's not because I'm losing my mind. It's because I want baby to stay asleep.
Let's see. Amar sorry. Alas, almost all places here in Ireland for rent don't allow pets. No snakes for me in the immediate future, but at least I can live vicariously through you.
That is a good way to start. We've definitely dealt with that. I usually will talk with the landlord, and obviously snakes have certain connotations to them that bother some people, but a lot of times when they say no pets, it's because they don't want like dogs and cats destroying the carpet and the walls and all that stuff. And they can either be more flexible with snakes or horrified that you even brought it up. Yeah. Show them all of our videos. Hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, and ask who was it? Alex, which videos
yeah.
they should watch.
Yeah. Talk to Alex.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
Let's see. Meezer sent another $10 super chat. Meezer 42. Thank you. They say
so
I'm in South Central Pennsylvania, typical Mid-Atlantic area in residential neighborhood. Want to attract amphibians and reptiles to my yard for natural pest control. Any suggestions? Do you do anything like that? So they were the one also with that.
Yeah. I remember the earlier question. Just building a really good micro habitat for those sorts of animals. Area, especially if you want amphibians. You might get mosquitoes with this too. But if you have like a small pond, a lot of cover, a lot of plants and rocks and places to hide, you're very likely to attract them. Awesome. And rodents. But if you've got snakes, you'll be okay.
This one has a spoiler in it because this person is a patron.
Oh.
So they say, this is Ellen Miller, sent a $5 super chat. Thank you, Ellen. Going to my local reptile expo this weekend. I'll email pictures. I can't wait to watch your nerd video on Patreon. Sending love from Texas.
We have one final nerd video. And
Patreons.
Yeah, the patrons have already had access to it. It's pretty dang neat. Because on the last day that we were there, Kevin decided to show me all kinds of amazing stuff. And I had some experiences I've never had before and I didn't expect to ever have before. On top of that, I talk in greater detail and we show more of my experience with the king cobras. So
it's really the editing is just getting better and better and better with our videos. And so the editing with this one is really fun. And the way Clint tells the story and edits, the editors edit in like actual snippets and clips from Nerd. It's fun.
It's funny, how much most of the things to this channel just sort of came together because, we started making this channel. We're just a group of a bunch of friends. We just happen to be, like, I'm a professional biologist. We've got, people who do a lot of graphic design. Michelle's a professional photographer. We've got people who are professionals in business and management, which I would botch that. The only thing we didn't have is anybody who knew anything about video editing. And so Jason and eventually Karen and Michelle and Leisha have all done a lot of the work.
I have not.
On you've edited entire videos before. Yes, you have. And so they've learned a lot of the editing, and then eventually because of Patreon especially, we were able to hire an editor, and we've become more capable there. But it's funny, like we run a video channel, and the only thing we didn't have was anybody who knew about how to make videos. Oh dear.
Let's see. So that's a fun video. Look forward to it.
Yeah, it's a
tomorrow.
dandy.
It's
It is
fun.
really fun.
Let's see. Eric Ross sent a $20 super chat.
Holy smokes.
Thank you, Eric. They say we need a top 5 medium-sized tortoises.
Top 5 medium-sized tortoises. All right, I at least have some medium-sized tortoises we should be covering soon. I actually also just got access to desert tortoises, which they're kind of funny because they're not, you can't like buy one, but there are a lot of places where they need them rescued. And in fact, we may end up rescuing a desert tortoise eventually. So if you'd like to see us make a video on desert tortoises, let us know. And I've got a yellowfoot tortoise. We got a lot of access to medium-sized tortoises. So yeah, we should do that.
Eric Hillel sent a $10 super chat. Your channel has really made me want to have a Western hognose. Is it possible to do a vivarium with the hognose?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Totally possible. They will dig it up some, so be aware, because they got a shovel for a face. That's what they do. But yeah, they'd be awesome to do.
Okay, Clint, are you ready for this one? I don't know if you're ready. Tyler Tripp sent a $99 super chat.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Tyler. My goodness. Thank you. Is there a question?
Yeah, there's a
Okay,
question.
good. I was
We're
hoping.
going to get into it, but I'm just...
That is so unbelievable.
This is what Tyler says. For the Reptile Room. Love everything you do. Keep it up. I live semi nearby, and I'm planning on going to UVU when I graduate this year. Hope to see you there. Also, I'm going to visit your Reptile Room as soon as I can. Love you guys.
Tyler, will you please remind me who you are when I see you? I'm really excited to get to meet you. That was so thoughtful and kind. Thank you so
and
much.
that will help a lot.
It really will.
Really does.
It really will. It's kind of scary right now, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Tyler. That's so thoughtful, and I just love our community.
Oh my gosh.
Not even you're supportive in the way you act and the way and what you say and what you do. I love that we're wholesome. I love that people are kind to each other. Most internet communities, there's swearing and disrespectful remarks and fighting, and not here. Like, this place is the place to be.
I feel like it's something we really need too, is people like you guys in the reptile hobby, because there are so many people that are new and they ask questions that are naive and stupid and they make mistakes. And we all did that. We all did that. We might have done it before the internet. We might have not let anybody know that we did it, but we all did it. And what we need are respectful, kind, loving people that are willing to teach and inform people, because people don't want to be making these mistakes and they don't want to be stupid. But when we just attack the heck out of them and brutalize them, we either run them off, we cause them to close off to our advice, or at the very least, we convince lots of people not to ask questions anymore. And that is the opposite of what this hobby needs. And it's so easy to do. But I don't see it here from you guys, because you're amazing. Thank you.
And Tyler says, "Oh, I will definitely remind you. I'm planning on taking a class from you."
Giddy up. I would love that.
Awesome. Okay. There are so many amazing super chats coming in. I want to just keep going on the super chats.
Well, I don't want to miss any of them, but I do want to tell them our news.
Yeah, we have quotes to read. We have news, we have Patreon questions. So let's just do a few more of these super chats. I'm just so thankful, and these are good questions coming in too. This has been an exciting day. Thank you guys. Let's see. Alex Massett says.
See if I can get. I cannot show you the cuteness that I'm seeing, because she does not. She looks not so good in the angles that you're seeing. She keep pulling it real quick. Our kids, I've always thought that they're the best when they're asleep. I'm like, you are the best kid in the world. Oh, how could anybody
0.6.
adore you? 0.6.
Alex Massett says, shopping for a PVC terrarium for my baby boa. Better go big, 7 foot, or start on 5 foot and increase with time if cost is not an issue. Thanks.
Oh, so where to go for a 7-foot PVC? So I have. I'm so bad with names. Give me a second. There are a lot of places you can go, but why am I struggling with his name? Give me a minute. I will think of it in a minute, and I will tell you. A person who makes rockin' PVC enclosures. Yeah. And, you know, and I've known him. No, just give me a minute. It'll come to me because I know him pretty well. Embarrassing.
Hopefully they're not watching.
Yeah. Well.
So Alex, when he thinks of that name, he'll shout it out.
Yes, I normally don't have any problems. So yes, just expect that here in a minute. If not, at the end of this, I will stay on a little extra, and I will just look it up and tell you because it's ridiculous that I can't think of it right now.
Darren Graham said, "Thank you so much. Both me and my girlfriend fell in love with them when you showed them to us. Funny enough, I also keep tropical fish. I've got an Asian arowana with freshwater stingrays."
That is a dream enclosure, right there. I love freshwater stingrays and arowanas. I've never kept either of them. I would love that. You teach me your secrets.
Does Zen Habitats make PVC?
Zen Habitats makes really, like, we've done a review and they sent us a PVC enclosure which we will review. It's not that big though. It's not 7 feet long. It's 4 feet. I don't know if they make any bigger ones. Last I knew they didn't make one that big.
Okay. Let's see. More super chats. Thank you, you guys. These are really good questions too. I feel like I'm learning a lot. Breaking the language barrier sent a $10 super chat. Thank you. Anytime I get asked what reptiles should someone should start with, I direct them to your Best Pet Ever series. You are one of the best examples of what this community should look like. I applaud all you do.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited. Like I feel like we're providing a tool that can benefit a lot of people, and thank you so much for sharing it with more people because we want people to know. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And you answered Darren's question, or yeah, you did. Okay. Alina Waldman said, we visited a small reptile shop this week with my 6-year-old, and she loved seeing a Gus in real life and petting her. Thanks for educating us.
I love that. Oh, that's fantastic.
That's what Penny Rose says too.
She calls them all Gus? I didn't know that.
Robin George said, sorry, I can't figure out how to change link at AMT.
No, link or no?
No.
I don't know what that means.
This is the one that was talking about the cat.
Change link or no?
No. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I might need a little clarification. But yeah, mostly just keep them separate from your cats.
Krista of H sent a $10 super chat. Thank you, Krista. Love your guys' enthusiasm and expertise. This show is awesome and reptiles rock.
You guys are so amazing. Sorry, I'm trying to look that up. Justin Belknap.
Belknap. That's who I thought.
I didn't ever find it, but it finally came to me. Check out Justin Belknap on Facebook, and he custom builds. I actually recently talked to him about potentially building some PVC enclosures for the reptile room. You guys can see, like, I like to build myself, but he does really, really nice work. And I had some pretty crazy ideas I was throwing at him, and his response to me was, if you can imagine it, I can build it. And I like that.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, Krista of H2. Thanks for your support. That was so awesome. And Justin Belknap, there it is. Coco Draws sent a $10 super chat. Thank you, Coco Draws. Hi from Alaska. I've wanted a snake all my life. Alaska. And thanks to your videos, feel motivated to finally get one. Hopefully this year. Thanks for your helpful, enjoyable videos of your positive energy.
That's so stinking rad. What's the reptile hobby like in Alaska?
I was wondering the same thing. Like, are there?
There's one native snake in Alaska.
What is
garters.
Really?
And this is a very cool thing. Garters are a live-bearing snake. And as you get higher in latitude or altitude, you start to get only the live-bearing snakes, because the egg-laying snakes, they can't find a. Kidding me?
$50. Thank you so much, you guys. Stay safe and healthy, you guys, with this smiley face. That's what he said.
I'm pretty just blown away today. This is like you guys have been so shockingly generous. It reminds me of the first time we ever did a live stream, because I didn't even know super chats existed. We were just doing a live stream to chat with guys, and like all these people just generously started donating to us. Like I had no idea that was going to happen, and I feel equally shocked today. Like your outpouring of generosity, just like, and I got to tell you, I've been feeling pretty scared about money lately. Like I haven't really been talking about it too much, but like this is the most uncertain that the future has felt to me in a long time. And you know, with the reptile room being open at a time when I have no idea when it will be possible to open it in the way that we intended, like really has had me worried. It's like I do not want to see it fail. And you guys are unbelievable. Can I tell them now about our plan?
Yeah.
So this is something that I'm really excited about, because the reptile room, when we got it, it's a responsible location because it's not huge, right? It's intended to be a cozy, warm reptile room experience. It's not a zoo, right? We have a zoo. We have zoos. If you want to go to a zoo, go to a zoo. If you want the joy of experiencing a really amazing reptile room, getting to interact with reptiles, feed reptiles, and things like that, and hang out with me, the reptile room is the place to go. And so it wasn't a place that was going to put us way beyond what we could possibly afford, but it needed to be pulling its own weight. Our dream with it is like mostly we want it to exist, but it can't just run us into bankruptcy, and that's what it's been doing since it's been around. But we have, on top of that, like I want to share it, and I don't want to just share it with the people who are here local. I see somebody asking where it's located. It's in Springville, Utah. What I would like to do is be able to share it with the world. And so we have been working diligently to figure out the internet situation there, because it's been difficult. But I think we are now to a place where we can do online, face-to-face, just reptile experiences where I will hang out with you guys. Anybody who signs up and comes. Oh, baby's like, I don't want to hear about this. But we can hang out just like this, but we're all get to see you, and we can just talk and hang out and chat. And we already have set it up, and you guys are the first to hear about it. So you guys will be the first ones to be able to sign up to come and hang out with me at the reptile room. And, it's not going to be like a giant tour of the reptile room so much as it's going to be a time for us to just hang out. A few weeks ago, I got to do an outdoor party with somebody who is, a big fan of the channel. And, I usually have a presentation that I give, and I worked a lot of the presentation in, but more than anything, I was just like, hey, if you just want to talk and ask questions, like, let's do that. And that's what they wanted to do. And so, I'm happy to do a presentation for you if you want me to do a presentation. I'm also happy to just show you animals and talk and hang out, and you can show me your animals.
We're so excited about it. If you have questions, if you want to hang out with Clint, if you want to see specific animals, if you want a presentation, or if you just want to hang out and chit chat about whatever you want, you can do that. And Jason just barely put the link in the super chat.
It now exists. So right now, you could be the first to sign up to do a face-to-face, just hang out with me at the reptile room. Like I said, the reptile room's not done because suddenly we didn't have any funding for building what we've been wanting to build. It needs to start making money so we can finish building it, and just so we don't lose it, because right now it is just like it will suck us dry. And but you guys, there is the link right there in the chat, and I believe it's also in the description.
Will you post it again, Mr. Jason? Oh, he did.
So it is there. You can be the first, and I am so excited to get to see you.
Yeah.
Like you guys get to see me and chat with you and hang out with you, and on top of that, you guys could be what gets us through this time. I'm really excited about it. I've opened up my schedule tremendously. You'll see there's a lot of times to sign up, because
and we're even doing late night times. It's going to go all the way till 8 o'clock at night, so that if you are not from the United States, you can find a time that will work for you.
Yep, we'll do all sorts of different times because I want this to be available to everyone in the whole world. And like I am so excited. I'm so excited to get to do this, and it could genuinely save us. It could
So click the
save
link
the
and schedule a time to come hang out with Clint. And if you have any specifics, there is a place when you sign up to put in some notes. So if you like want to see a specific animal, or if you have specific questions, then type those notes in so that Clint can be prepared when your time starts.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited about that.
Me too.
Yay, you guys! Go click the link and go sign up. This is so fun. And tons more super chats coming in. Clint.
Oh my gosh.
Super chat. Super chat.
I'm at 36%, but this battery's probably better than that one. Sorry. We're working with ancient technology over here.
We'll cut school computers that we had to give back.
Yeah, my computer's from 2009, and the battery is not what it could be, and that's what.
All right, so awesome super chats. Okay, Adam Davis sent a $10 super chat, and that's it. But
no message.
Later on, he sends a message.
Okay.
So we'll get to that. Get to a second one in a minute. Amanda Cook sent a $10 super chat. I live much closer. Thank you, Amanda. I live much closer to you and the room now, so please let me know if you need anything. Things have been crazy, but I hope to get back into art soon, and I'd love to help you too.
You guys know how much I love artists, and so yes, we love it. Like there have been people who've sent us amazing sculptures and things like that, and like we're adding them to the room because they're amazing. And I want to support you guys and advertise for you. Like I love the artists.
Meezer42 said, Clint, I was the first to sign up.
No big deal. Meezer.
Okay. Suffocating Evil says, my girlfriend and I bought all of our reptiles after seeing your videos, a western hognose snake. Now have a sharp albino boa, 2 gargoyle geckos, and recently bought a blue-tongued skink. We love you. You
have great taste in creatures. Sharp albino, those are beautiful boas, and all of those are awesome animals. I'm so excited. Thank you.
And Amanda, the one that said that she can help with art, she's the one that sent you this snake.
Yes.
You knew.
Yes, she is from Ramen Reptiles.
Yes.
And we love Ramen Reptiles.
Okay.
So that'd be amazing.
Let's see. Oops. Sorry. I'm getting lost of where I am. There we go. Derek Plummer sent a $10 super chat. Thank you, Derek. I have a ball python that is not in a bioactive enclosure. Wait, I have a ball python that is not in a bioactive enclosure, but I want to add a live potted pothos plant in a cork ground. Do you have any thoughts or foresee any problems with this?
Oh, the only problem is that ball python will occasionally pull that pot over and dump it out. Pothos is pretty resilient though, so you can stick it back in. Just be careful with chemicals and stuff in your soil. Make sure that the plant is clean, but it should go great. I'm actually wanting to try to figure out kind of some more bioactive tank sorts of setups for ball pythons. So I'm interested in feedback if you guys have suggestions too.
This next super chat is an exciting one. This super chat is from Jason's brother-in-law.
Really?
Yes, and he has a YouTube channel. It's motorcycle vlogging.
Oh yeah.
Motovlog.
He's talked about us on his motovlog before.
Yeah, so go check out Motovlog, especially if you're.
It's called Motovlog?
Yeah.
Motovlog. Check it out.
Yes, and he sent a $25 super chat.
Holy cow.
So thank you, and his name is That One Guy.
Thank you, that one guy.
It says, I hope that you can pull through this unprecedented time. I'll send you some questions through my internal connection. Which I think is Jason with a winky face.
You guys are so awesome. I am so excited. You're so generous, and I want to give back in some way. So I'm really excited that like what I do have right now is time, and normally I don't. Normally I don't have time, so I have time to spend with you guys, and I'm so excited about it.
And his channel is his channel is That One Guy.
That one guy.
Yeah.
That one guy. So it's not motovlog. It is a motovlog. That one guy is his channel. Check it out on the
And I am
YouTube.
getting emails that people are signing up for one-on-one time with Clinty.
I am so excited to see you guys.
One-on-one. This is exciting and so fun.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be awesome.
And I feel like this is the next few months. Like this is what the reptile room looks like. And I'm gonna love it. Like there are few things that I love as much as hanging out with you guys, and like just seeing your comments fills me with joy. Seeing your faces and talking to you, man.
Yeah, you should see Plenty at expos and things when he gets to talk to you guys. He really, really enjoys
I do love me the expos.
it.
It's so fun.
Kim Spilkers said, Clint, decide my next snake, beginner keeper.
Beginner keeper? Well, you can't go wrong with a corn snake. That's the highest score we've ever given.
Oh, wait. She gives another. So the first one was a $2 super chat, and then the next one she sends a $20 super chat and says, sorry, meant to send more.
What?
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah.
What?
Thank you. Yes, corn snake can't miss. What?
She has more details.
Okay.
I want another snake, beginner, easy, and one my girls can handle as well. I don't want them to be afraid of snakes. I love your channel so much. I hope you make it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kim.
Again, a corn snake is one that you can't miss with, but they're often a little bitey as babies. So you might not want to introduce your girls to it until it calms down. You could also look for one that needs rehoming. They're everywhere because it is such a popular snake. So you might be able to get one that's already an adult and already very nice and low-key. They're really cool this way. There are other snakes like Russian rat snakes that are really, really similar and yet not as well known. Those would be great places to start, at least.
Phyllis Wells sent a $10 super chat that said, every time say Justin's last name isn't come through. Can you put it in the chat? We already
Justin Belknap?
Yeah, we already put his info. It's K&B Customs.
K&B Customs, Justin Belknap.
Yeah.
Tell him I sent you. Maybe he'll give you a discount. I don't know.
Let's see. Adam Davis, he was the one before that just sent $10. He sent $10 again and said, clearly I don't know how super chat works, lol. Anyways, you have great info, even for keepers with strict standards. So have another super chat donation for that Tumero's Boa video. I'm still waiting.
Oh, yeah. That has to happen soon. I know somebody who has them. I don't know if he's a breeder, and he doesn't always work with his animals as far as making sure they're friendly. I also have another friend who had a Tumero's Boa for a while till it bit him right on the face. And so that's if you're familiar with Reptiles, it was her husband. They got the Tumero's Boa to the face. He had a tooth in his nose for like a year. So that.
No, I
Chad.
know who you're talking about, but Chad had a tooth in his nose for a year.
Yeah.
Why didn't he pull it out?
I don't know if he knew it was there until it emerged. It just had a painful nose thing from the time.
Oh, Chad.
But that is not necessarily typical of Tumero's Boas. It's just I don't know if I have a nice one to interact with. I will find out.
Ellen Miller, this is an exciting super chat. She says, "OMG, I'm bookmarking that link and investing in a computer camera. I cannot wait. It'll be a little party. Can I request a Gus Gus cameo?"
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ellen. Thanks for
Oh my
supporting.
God. I'm looking forward to it.
And Sherry LBW, our friend now, sent a $5 super chat. LOL would give me a chance to show you the other sculptures I have, although I hate being on video.
Well,
You're not on video.
Yeah, it's not a public video. We're just chatting. This is what our faces look like. We're just looking through a funny window into a magical world where it's like a portal. Think of it as a portal.
Yeah. Let's see. Wind Serpent sent a $10 super chat. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Wind Serpents?
Yeah.
That sounds like a cool channel.
That's it.
Well, I assume that's their name on the YouTube. I don't know if they have any videos.
Do you have any need for graphics / shirt designs / etc.?
Yes. And in fact, I think we'd be really excited to see some ideas for shirts from fans. We got one from a fan a while back for our Black Widow shirt that
We'll put it out for
love.
Valentine's Day.
Yep.
It's so cute. It's the 2 Black Widows. What does
The heart-shaped web, and I am not a fly.
I'm not a fly. It's so cute.
Yeah, we would love that. We would love that. Thank you so much. Yeah, and let's see. I'm trying to think. Graphic design is handy dandy, and we dabble in it, but we're not professionals.
Yeah. Amar said, just booked an appointment. I got that email, Amar. Thank you.
Yay!
It says, unfortunately, it looks like it wouldn't let me enter an Irish phone number as a point of contact. Any idea how to sort this out? Jason? He's our guy.
Jason. Fix Ireland.
Mark,
My. Plus, I hope that means you have a rad Irish accent that I get to talk to.
Yeah, that's fun.
That'll make my day. I will tell you, I have an adaptive accent, I would say. And I may, if I slip into a slight Irish accent, I'm not mocking you. I just can't not do it. I also, and you've noticed this if you've watched our top 5 for kids, I can't not mouth stuff when I know what somebody's going to say. When like sometimes I'll make a post, I'll have Leisha read it. She's like, "Stop mouthing it," and I'm like, "Sorry, I knew what the words were. I don't even know I'm doing it." Oh, much meaner. And I
Oh dear. Yay! Another appointment. I'm getting emails. That
You guys,
making appointments.
I am so excited to see you.
Hooray! This is exciting.
It is so exciting.
And we have to give credit. This was all Jason's idea to set this up. He's worked really hard to make it happen. And I'm just super thankful for Jason. So shout out to Jason.
I'll be totally honest. For years, like I love teaching people. I love reptiles. I would have wanted to do a YouTube channel for a long time, but I don't have the skills with technology. And I wanted to do these sorts of online presentations for a long time, but I don't have the skills with technology. And all of this whole channel, this opportunity to meet with us at the Reptile Room, it's all possible because of Jason. So, like, I am so grateful for the team that we have here. None of this would happen without all of us.
Yeah. And Jason, thanks for making these virtual hangouts with Clint possible. Because I'm excited. It's going to be fun for Clint.
Oh.
I think it's fun for fans. And it's going to help us a lot. So, hooray! Let's see. James Caswell said, "Hi, Clint. 2 things. Can you please shout out my fiance, Katie?
Hi, Katie.
She got you to call me out. I'm the nurse. Oh, I remember that. Thank you for all that you're doing, too, right now. Remember, it was a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Can you shout out my fiance, who's nurse? Secondly, we both got our reptiles after watching your videos. We have 13 snakes, a leopard gecko, and an MIA bamboo rat snake."
Uh-oh. Look in warm, dark places. It's amazing. They often show up. Honestly, too, if you put out a water bowl. Oh, I will give you a little secret idea. This is a new idea. We have a Wise Cam. They're a cool little camera. They're not very expensive, and it has a motion detecting feature. It'll ping your phone, and so my Dumerils monitor got out a long time ago when Gus's enclosure was still in my basement, and I couldn't move Gus's enclosure. I've since put it on casters, so at the Reptile Room I can. But we couldn't move that thing, and he got out, and I knew he was behind it. It's just I couldn't get to him. Couldn't get to him back there. And so I set up that Wise Cam and a little bowl of food, and it just pinged my phone when there was movement. I could look at the video. Okay, he's down there right now, and I just went down there and grabbed him. That's awesome. But I'd love to hear what what your 13 snakes are. So let us know.
And also, they've gotten the reptiles after watching your videos, and they already have 13 snakes.
We've been going for 3 years. Really, he could have found us 6 months ago. 13 snakes would be about appropriate.
Okay, Joseph Morin said, "I've been watching your videos on a near daily basis ever since I got a Crusty a year ago. You've since convinced me to get a corn snake and a Leo. I hope you guys get through this." And they sent 20 somethings. I don't.
Euros?
No, it's a different
pounds.
Maybe pounds.
Thank you so much. That is so incredibly thoughtful of you. You guys are unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you, and I'm glad that you're finding animals that you love.
Yes, that makes that's one of the best things ever is finding out that like the videos are working for you guys. Like we're trying to provide a resource more than just entertain. Like hopefully the videos are entertaining, but hopefully it is a resource that you can turn to always, and it looks like you guys are using it.
Yeah. Let's see. More emails with virtual tours being scheduled.
Are you kidding?
No, this is amazing. Thank you so much. That's like me.
It fills me with hope.
Yeah.
It fills me with hope, and I'm excited to meet you guys. This is one of those things like teaching, where if we lived in a Star Trek society where there was no money and we just did what we wanted to do with our time, like these are the kinds of things I would do. Like I would do this if I didn't need to. But the truth is right now, like we need to also, and thank you so much.
Yes. How long have we been going?
We've been going for an hour and 10 minutes, but there's just been so
It's been
much
an hour and 10
Super chat.
minutes.
that we haven't. Like we haven't gotten to a single Patreon question.
I
don't
know, we
think.
need to jump over. But we have so many amazing super chats.
What are we to
We
do?
don't want to.
You guys are unbelievable.
JS sent a $20 super chat.
Are you
Thank
kidding
you
me?
so much. Your passion and promotion of the hobby is inspiring. I hope all goes well with the room so you can reach as many people as possible with your message. Also, what is okay? First of all, I need to pause right there and just say thank you.
Yeah.
That makes me a little.
I can't tell you how much hope I feel because of you guys. Like I have honestly just these last few days just been feeling a little bit just really nervous about it. And I feel I don't know, my heart just feels full and I feel like it's gonna be okay.
It's amazing to have so many supporters. And every time we do the live stream, the numbers kind of bounce between like 260 to 400 people.
Mhm.
But normally it's right around 275 or 280. And I feel like those 280 people are the same 280 people that keep coming back over and over. And I feel like those people are my friends. And I felt like that ever since we kind of shared our intimate story of how the baby got here. And I just felt like we were kind of talking with friends. It felt very intimate and special. And it feels amazing to feel like we have so much support.
It is really cool, and I love. Like I'm so looking forward to meeting you guys face to face. I feel like that at expos too. It's not like, who are you, you random stranger? It's like, I know you, and sometimes you're people that have commented a lot. That you're in these, and you tell me, oh my, my name is this. I'm like, I know you, and it's so cool to put a face to the names.
So the next
There's more to the
is
question.
also, what is the minimum size enclosure for a black throat?
Blackthroat.
A room at least.
Yeah, here's the thing. Really big. The thing is, you need a similar sized enclosure for a Savannah monitor to really keep it appropriately. Because these are monitors that are just out and they are exploring all day long. Now, Blackthroat is also a Colossus, so just pretty much prepare a room in your house, and that's probably a reasonable enclosure size. But they need to explore a lot.
James Caswell sent 5 pounds. Is that the?
I think so. I don't know which
pounds,
one.
and then another 5 pounds. He did 2 super chats.
Super chat. Super chat.
Super chat.
The snake went under the floorboards,
Whoa.
and then they said 3 breeding pairs of horned snakes, a breeding pair of ball pythons, a pair of western hognose, the female just relay shed, 1 tricolor hognose, and a pair.
Wow, you've got some rad snakes. I really hope that you find the snake though under the floorboard.
Yeah, that's too
You can maybe put a water bowl near where it is so it can last longer until you find it.
This one is cool. Anima, A-E-N-I-M-A. How would you say that?
Anema? Anemia? Wait, no.
A-E-N-I-M-A.
I think we've given our best, the old college try.
I'm sorry. That looks beautiful. I wish I could do it justice. They said 10 pounds. Thank you. Well, hi, they're from Austria. That's
Austria?
amazing.
Holy smokes!
The hills are alive.
Hopefully you don't get that all the time. Like, we hate the sound of music.
We're going to get our first reptile soon, and I wanted to thank you for your videos. They're so helpful. Love the enthusiasm, too. All the best for your family and business with a heart.
Thank you so much. I'm excited for you.
Let's see here. More super chats. I just got to keep
Super
scrolling.
chat. Super chat.
This is the most overwhelming barrage of super chats ever. If you wanted to know, how do we keep these live streams going extra time? This is how you do it. This is how you do it. What a wonderful conspiracy.
What a wonderful conspiracy. I love you, Lindsay. Your grace of words are excellent. Let's see. Lori Brent sent $5. Love all your info. Y'all are the best.
Well, thank you so much.
That's awesome. Kate, we have a break with super chats. Thank you so much for all of those.
Holy cow. No, she's doing phenomenally well. I'm just.
Somebody had asked in the live chat, what kind of tegu is Clint holding? And they were like, a whiny, noisy tegu. And then somebody else was like, that's a baby.
Yeah. Kind of high maintenance for a tegu.
high maintenance.
Yeah, if Tegus were this high maintenance, I'd be like, don't get Tegu.
Thank you for your support, you guys. I'm really appreciative. Like, it's really humbling and it's really awesome to know that we have this.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Patreon questions. This
Patreon.
is from Skythera, SCYTHERA. Would you do a reptile birthday party for a bunch of nerdy 30?
You betcha I would.
Absolutely.
That's actually my favorite kind, probably.
Yeah,
Or-
and you've done it for quite a few of
Oh, yeah.
older people doing parties, and it's fun.
Absolutely, I would love that.
And if you're not local, now you can do it.
It's still possible.
Virtually. I'm excited about that. Let's see. Robert Watson says, hello, Clint. It seems like a few animals rated highly, but lost a relatively high proportion of points due to lack of availability, e.g. Gitchy skinks, Peter's banded skink, children's python, and legless lizards.
Mhm.
You mentioned a few different reasons for these availability troubles with these species, such as the lack of breeders, low import costs for wild-caught specimens, or the species being overshadowed by more popular widespread choices. My question, what would your favorite, what would your top 5 reptiles that you feel could be the next big thing in the hobby, like for example bearded dragons and royal pythons, if only they got more exposure and a better captive breeding?
That's a good one. That's a really good one. So, if one of them that we already talked about in this video would be step runners. Step runners would be unbelievable, and people thought they were going to be if they were easy to breed. And so, if we can really figure them out, they'd be out of this world spectacular. Pink tongue skinks are one of them we've covered. They're fantastic. Gidgeys also, all these that are basically like blue tongues, but just smaller and different. Totally rad. Rankin's dragons, amazing. Those are kind of like small bearded dragons. They'd be great. But mostly inbreeding has been the problem in the United States. People have been importing more of them out of Europe, and so they've been strengthening bloodlines of late. So they're more promising than they were in the past. The Peter's banded skink. I love skinks. You might notice this about me.
And you saw your first Utah.
Yeah, I saw my first skink in Utah just the other day. Spoiler alert. But I didn't get any footage of it. So actually, not. I'm still looking. I'm not counting it as official. On my list. Let's see here. So yeah, I love lots of skinks. Kimberly rock monitors, and even Ackies. People are doing really well with Ackies, but they're expensive and availability's kind of low. Let's see. Sorry, maybe go faster. Oh, that's a good place to start.
That's a good list.
Rubber boas.
Yeah, love rubber balls. Those are
Yep.
Andrew Pearson, hello Clint. Hope everything is going well with the reptile room. My question is, if you were to make a list of the top 5 reptiles for handling and interacting, what would some of the top contenders be? Bonus question, what is your personal favorite for handling? I can answer that one.
Yeah, what is it?
Your personal favorite for handling are boas, because you like boas.
As far as snakes go, boas are just magnificent. Ball pythons are spectacular in a very different sort of way. Hognose snakes are great because they're very easy to manage. They don't zip around and stuff, but they're small and very manageable. As far as bearded dragons, as far as lizards go, bearded dragons are great because they'll hang out with you, sort of like ball pythons. Ackies are fun in a very different way because they'll interact with you a ton. Blue tongues are just like a potato. Tegus, spectacular.
Susan Marquardt, a patron on Patreon, said, could you go over your process for gut loading feeders for your reptiles? And she has a really good process. She says, I feed my feeders a maintenance diet higher in protein, but then I separate my feeders the day prior to feeding them to my reptiles. Then I gut load those feeders with nutritious veggies and dust them with the needed supplements.
I gotta say that's probably better even than what I'm doing. I love that, and I'm gonna actually start applying that myself. I usually try to give them just some good fruits and veggies. A lot of times when it's crickets, so with my dubia roaches, like you're saying, they're on a maintenance diet most of the time, and usually I'm just feeding straight out of the colony. But I like your idea of pulling them aside and gut loading them specifically, like the day before, on a specific gut loading diet. Love that. Crickets, usually I just get those, gut load them once, and off they go, because I don't like having crickets for a long time. Yep, I love that. I love it.
I really love that idea for a video, by the way, top 5 best handling or interacting.
Yes, that'd be a great one. That'd be a great one.
Erie Road says, "Hi Clint, would you consider doing a top 5 pet inverts or top 5 best tarantulas? I think that would be stimulating. You've been working on it."
I would. I haven't filmed it, but I will tell you that just yesterday I filmed 2 new invertebrate videos that are ones I've been so excited
And they
to
both
do.
ate on camera.
Yes, they both fed quite well and terrifyingly.
Yeah, you've been working on videos like that. So yes. Jack Vargas, "Hey Clint, if you could explain the differences between lizards and crocodilians, like go over the common ancestors and evolutionary differences. I also would love to see a video dedicated to hybrid reptiles like Nerd's bat eater. I think that would be pretty relevant."
Awesome. Okay, so I'll start with the hybrids real quick. We have a video about the hybrid crested gecko chihuahua, the crestahua, I called it. I do talk about a lot of my thoughts on hybrids. Oh, are you waking up finally? Or are you just sleep crying? That was like sleep crying. And so I would love to talk about that more. Can I get a charger for that?
Yes.
But I do talk about my thoughts on hybrids there. And I would love to do bat eaters because bat eaters are stinking rad. They're just beautiful, awesome snakes. I don't know if I'd want one, but they're amazing. And then as far as the differences between crocodilians and lizards, I'd love to cover that. A few things, just off the top of my head. One of them is they come from very different lineages. The crocodilians have...
Baby raptor noises. Sorry, keep going.
The crocodilians have a 4-chambered heart instead of a 3-chambered heart, like lizards have. There's a lot of little brain differences, skull differences. They've got a good diapsid skull. They don't have the missing jugal arch like all the lizards have. They don't have hemipenes like the lizards have. They don't shed in the way that lizards do. They have air sacs as part of their respiratory system, like a bird, and not so much like lizards, which have just kind of a typical line sac sort of breathing apparatus. There's a good place to start. And then, like I said, totally different evolutionary histories. That the archosaurs split from the squamate reptiles rather a long time ago.
Awesome. Jacob Lewin, he has been sending some super chats. He's also a patron of
Patreon.
He says, "Hi there, Clint. Well, I gotta be honest. I can genuinely think of no one else that I'd like to meet more than you. I've always struggled with staying focused while learning. ADHD is a blast, but you, sir, make it easy, and that makes you just downright rad. So my question for you is, do you think you'd ever consider coming up to Canada, specifically British Columbia, to do some presentations?"
I would love that. Like, I wouldn't be able to bring reptiles with me probably, but I would love to go to Canada and go to expos and stuff like that. And thank you so much. As a teacher, both in the classroom and online, I find that I often get bored in classes and stuff, and so I always try to teach the way that I wouldn't be bored. And I'm glad that helps you as well, because there's nothing I hate more than like watching a class and looking at everybody looks just glazed over and like they wish they were somewhere else. I want them just loving the things that they're learning because it's the coolest stuff in the world.
I think it'd be pretty neat, and I haven't talked to you about this, Clint, but I think it'd be pretty neat to find pet stores that are locally owned that people really like and are admirable,
Oh.
and you to fly there and do meet and greets there at those pet shops and do presentations and things.
That is a cool movie. I love that.
Megan Lee, I might want to answer this one, Clinty.
Okay.
"Hello, Clint. My question is, what are your thoughts on keeping reptiles in a classroom, and what reptile do you think would be best?"
And you wanted to answer this one?
Yeah.
Do it.
Can I tell them about?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm an elementary teacher, and in school I had to take a media in the classroom class, and part of the course was creating a video for your classroom. And the video that I decided to make was the best classroom pet reptiles. And we made that 6 years ago.
Yep, this was way before Clint's Reptiles.
Yeah.
But it is basically a top 5 list. It's amazing, honestly. I mean, and it was kind of just like done on the fly a little bit.
Yeah, we were going to dinner with your parents, and we only had a few minutes to record it. And I was like, I have to turn this in, so let's just quickly record it, and I'll just throw it together super fast.
But it is arguably the first ever Clint's Reptiles video.
Yeah.
And then you can probably find
It's
it.
really, yeah, it's on. I had to put it on YouTube for the class. So.
So that is a secret hidden gem.
Yep.
Kind of the first ever Clint's Reptiles video. It's not on this channel.
No.
But it's
Don't tell them. They'll have to find it.
Yeah, you have to find it. Let us know if you find it.
Yep.
The hidden gem. What a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know she'd ever bring that up.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes you're like, don't tell them.
Yeah, because it's embarrassing.
It has a lot of similarities though. It's amazing.
My mom is texting me right now. She wants me to come over. And I'm like, we're still doing the live stream. And she said, can I watch it? So I had to explain to my mom how to, how to watch it. Okay, sorry. More questions really quick. Nick Bohannon said, hi, Clint. I'm in the process of changing all my enclosures over to bioactive, and I would like your input on changing my bearded dragon over. I'd be using the bearded dragon kit from BioDude if I decided to go that route with them. I'm worried about infection with a loose substrate. Am I just overthinking this?
Reptiles actually recently released, I think, a pretty good article about impaction with bearded dragons. And you might want to check that one out. You know, it seems like usually with hydration and just proper care, impaction is not as big of a deal. I've never had a problem with it with bearded dragons, but people do. And so do your homework on that. I've always used a loose substrate, but I'm careful with it. And right now I'm experimenting with a few different substrates to be more bioactive for bearded dragons. Usually I just sifted it a lot.
People are saying, link it, please. I'm a teacher. I would love to watch it. It's embarrassing because I really wasn't.
If anybody finds it, though, throw it in the comments.
Yeah, no.
Don't.
I wish
Keep it a super
I
secret.
wish I had more time to actually, make it nice and really do it. But speaking of it, I just wanted to say that the reptiles that we had put on there were the reptiles that are also the beginner reptiles. It was bearded dragon and crusty and
Leopard gecko.
Just those easier ones.
Yeah.
So Merlin, I recognize this last name, and she's also told Jason when he's doing this to not even worry about trying to pronounce her last name. So I'm also not going to worry about it. She says, now the Kaboom Viper video is out there. If you could only do one more best pet reptile video, what would it be?
Just one last best pet reptile video?
Yeah.
We haven't done? Probably be a little preposterous if I never did a failed chameleon video. That would upset people.
Because it's our logo.
Yeah. Also, rainbow boas are one I have to cover. Retics, I have to cover retics. There will be a riot if I never get to. I can't stop at one. I'm sorry. It would be just this massive video with like 60 different reptiles in it. Like honestly, I sit down. And I'm like, because sometimes people will be like, we'll release a video that's on a slightly different topic. And they're like, oh, Clint's out of ideas. I'm like, are you kidding me? When I sit down and list out all of the reptiles that I feel like we have to cover, it's like way more than we've covered to this point. We are not going to run out of stuff anytime soon.
One more Patreon question. I'm just reading what people are saying on the live chat. So they're agreeing. Let's see. The last question from our patrons on Patreon, which thank you for your support, says Eileen Sibley. Hi, Clint. Have you been to the UK? If you'd like to, where would you want to go, and what would you like to see? I
have not been to the UK. I will tell you all the places I've ever been. Okay, I've been in the United States. I've been to a lot of places in the United States, but I've never been to Alaska or Hawaii, so I haven't really been outside. I went to the Bahamas when I was a kid. I lived in Peru for 2 years, and recently I went to Australia for 1 day, New Zealand for like a week, and the island of Niue. And that's it. That's everywhere I've been.
Which is one of the most remote islands in the South.
As I've done graduate school and stuff, we've always been okay. We've only felt poor in 2 ways.
Somebody said they found the video and they're watching it after this.
I've only ever felt poor really in 2 ways.
Best classroom pet reptile. It is the first one.
Oh, wow. So, can I finish this?
Yes, sorry.
I've only felt poor in 2 ways. I've felt poor as far as we've always driven cars that break down a lot. And we haven't really had money to travel. And so someday, I would love to travel because I love experiencing things. And I would love to get out and see the UK. As far as places I'd like to go, probably Scotland would be a place that I would love to see. But I'd love to see London, and I'd love to see just all kinds of places in the UK. Amazing. Ireland.
Oh, somebody said, would you be interested in redoing the video now that you have more professional equipment?
Totes.
Totes.
Yep.
We
almost did. Well, we almost did it with the news, didn't
Yeah.
we? Yeah, we
Our local news has a segment in between their news sessions during lunchtime that's called okay, what is it called? I'm blinking.
I don't know, not important.
Not important. And we had reached out to them, and they were really interested because I said it's almost back to school. We can talk about best classroom pets for teachers in schools and things, and introduce you to some animals. And they really wanted to. And this is great. Yes, thank you for reaching out. And then nothing came of it. And I reached out a couple more times. So I don't know exactly.
So yeah, maybe we will. I have lots of ideas for top 5 lists, and I'm always open to suggestions as well. Top 5 lists are kind of hard to make because I have to get all those animals together at the same time, or I have to somehow have continuity over multiple filming sessions. But they're awesome and fun, and I think they're worthwhile. And so if you have suggestions, let me know.
What was I going to say? Oh, we've been really blessed. We feel really, really blessed with all that we have. We're
Absolutely.
healthy. We have awesome kids.
We have so many blessings.
We have so much.
Yep. It's not reasonable to ask for all the blessings we've had. And you guys are high on that list.
Yeah. Thank you. I think that we can start wrapping up.
All right. I think we probably should. We've gone way, way, way longer than normal. Fortunately, Baby's been excellent, and so have our other 2 kids. We should make sure they're doing all right, though. You guys are incredible. I am so excited to get to talk to you guys face to face and meet so many more of you. Thank you for being here with us. Please continue to join us. I'm loving this. Like this has been so good for me and for our family and for our whole Clint Reptiles crew. We all work on this. Now, I hope you know that while we do this, Leisha's reading the questions to me, but Jason and Michelle are doing a ton remotely. We're all watching, right? We all see the incredible things that you guys have to say. We all love hearing from you. Thank you for being here.
And don't forget, Jason just barely put in the comments to schedule a virtual one-on-one with Clinty. There's the link.
Oh, there it is again. There it is again.
And somebody just said Lyle Mortimer and commented something, and I was like, what? Lyle Mortimer? That's my dad. So it looks like my dad or my mom is now watching.
You're incredible too. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's probably your mom, isn't
Yeah, probably. So schedule a one-on-one with Clinty. Come hang out with us. Thank you for supporting us. You're awesome. The best community ever.
As always, like and subscribe, and we hope to see you real soon.